I just went out and just got back not too long ago. And in spite of being 80 degrees, well, I probably should do my intro, shouldn't I? Hello, guys. It's Chargin Ryuki here. Don't blame me for getting old. Had myself a meal, and I was like, you know what? I haven't had cheesecake in probably 5 years. So I seen this and I picked it up. So we got New York style cheesecake, chocolate marble, strawberry swirl, and brownie. I just tried a little bit of the New York style and the brownie, which is actually fairly good, to be quite honest. I'm sitting here on the front porch again because it's nice outside, and I just want to. I'm not doing a Q&A today. This is just going to be a short vlog. Both the New York style and the brownie cheesecake was pretty good. Was definitely pretty good. I'm probably not gonna eat this whole thing, but I just wanted to come outside and enjoy it for a little bit before I go back inside and spend the whole rest of the day recording unless something else happens. Cause next week I'm gonna be this coming week I'm gonna be really busy, and I'm probably gonna be limited on time to record. So it's basically a hint that I might miss an upload this week because I'll be pretty exhausted. So if I don't upload at noon like I didn't on Friday because I was just tired, I just uploaded the normal ARC episode and then went to sleep. Didn't even bother uploading a video for noon. Amnesia the Bunker is done. It's done. I had to redo the entire playthrough. You guys will see that in the first and second episode where I talk about it. Because I went back and I was watching some of the videos I had just recorded of the first playthrough I did, or the beginning of the first playthrough, and it looked like a slideshow. At first it looked like it was playing well, it was recorded well, and then I go to watch it back, and it was absolute dog shit. It was fucking horrible. Went and checked the videos that were uploaded on YouTube. Fucking horrible. You can hear what I was doing. You can hear me. But it was like an every now and then slideshow. It was absolutely fucking horrendous. So I removed it. Hid the playlist. Went through and redid. Then I went and did a whole nother playthrough. And basically within that weekend I had went ahead and finished it. It took, actually, you're gonna find out just how long it took. The second playthrough, how long it took. The first playthrough, I was literally just taking my time. But first, the playthrough that I had to redo, because I decided to start over instead of just re-recording and then going through it. I was like, I'm just gonna start from the beginning, go from there. Not read every letter until I get to a point where, okay, these are letters that I've never read, so I'm gonna have to start reading. And that's kind of how it went. If I was to give my official review of Amnesia the Bunker, which you guys are gonna hear a bit about it eventually when those episodes go up. Amnesia the Bunker is horrifying, strategic, but also quite fun, because I didn't have the amount of resources that I had in the first playthrough. Nowhere near the amount. And yet somehow I managed to pull through. and get to the end. Which I obviously made plenty stupid mistakes. But that happens. And what I'll understand is what I'll finish saying when I was trying to explain it in the first playthrough that I had to stop recording in that playthrough. When you're playing on hard mode, especially with the original Amnesia, when you're playing it on hard mode, it doesn't matter if you hide. The monster's going to know exactly where you are. You so much as make a movement, any sort of movement whatsoever, the monster's going to know. You don't even have to look at the monster, and the monster's going to know what you are. I've learned this from Amnesia the Dark Descent when I was playing on hard mode while portraying the Charwolf, wearing the wolf mask, and the usual part where you'd see the fur, the next time you see the monster would be right before you hit the water part. In that part, the monster's just supposed to go by and through a door. Well, the monster really doesn't go through the door, he patrols. So the first time you hear that roar and he's coming out, the grunt, he immediately knows where you are. He immediately comes after you. Now you're on a dead run, trying to gather any sort of loot, whether it be oil or tinder, or any notes that you can find. You're running through, and you're using the notes to get any sort of breath, because as soon as you get out of that note, that monster's going to attack you. He's going to take you out, and he's going to take you out in one hit. And then you have to worry about the lantern oil consumption, because you'll lose oil rather quickly. And the sanity is going to drop even quicker. That was a headache. That was a headache to get through. Even when I would hear the grunt roar, I would immediately turn back and go back to where I had started around the corner. Somehow that sucker knew where I was, heard me, followed me, and then chased after me. So it didn't matter where I went. And this is the thing that I noticed that I had mentioned later on in my second playthrough of Amnesia the Bunker, where I watched someone play Amnesia the Bunker on hard and literally complained about how bad the monster was on his heels. The monster was at his heels all the time. And it's understandable. That should be exactly what the monster should do. That's exactly what would happen if you're playing a game like Amnesia on hard difficulty. You have to expect the monster is going to be on your ass 24/7. So your frustration is justified, but it's really not. It's kind of like a 50-50 thing. You chose to play the game on hard difficulty, so it's going to be difficult on you. Everything is going to be random, which is also a very unique thing when it comes to Amnesia. Everything is random. The whole playthrough is completely random. And the whole point is just to try to survive with limited resources. Be strategic. Do what you gotta do. If you can stun the monster long enough to move a box to get over the box and then over to the next area, do so. Sometimes it just does not work. Sometimes the monster is on you, like immediately, and you don't even have time, let alone a chance to even, do anything. As so much as to bring a gun out. Yeah, the gun is quite useless, that I'll admit, but if you're smart, you won't go wasting those bullets that you find. You'll keep a hold of them and only use it when you absolutely have to. It will stun the monster, and if you hit him twice, it might be different for when you play it on hard, but if you hit him twice, he should run away. You guys will see that in my playthrough. Eventually. because the episodes are probably going to go up more than anything else right now, because I have a lot of those episodes. When it comes to arc with the current series, because we've gotten really lucky with the bosses and boss spawns, basically there was no need for me to try and do any of the other stuff that's related to the mod to add, basically add more time, more episodes to this series. So basically, I'm already done with Arc Eternal. I'm already moving on to the next series, and I lowered the settings down even further. So basically, every series I might try to do, depending on what series it's going to be, I'm going to lower the settings, unless it's Arc Omega, Primal Fear, or something of that line. I will drop the settings down. So when I play Docs, I'm going to lower the settings down lower than what they were beforehand. Even though I felt like I probably should change them anyway, but I didn't know what to actively change them to. So, when I do go to play Docs again, I will find out what settings they actually need to be, and set them to where they need to be. I mean, I had fun playing Docs, but Docs was a headache. Even with the settings that I had, it was absolute pain. I got one shot so many times, and I ended up getting in situations where I was like, well, shit. What do I do now? It almost got me to the point where I was about to start over. There's plenty of times where I basically felt like I lost everything and had to start over from scratch again. But pulled through. My worst enemy were the Dinopithekuses, both the Mega and the Uber. They were my literally a thorn in my side. They were the most difficult ones to do, difficult ones to fight. But no, I think you guys will like the remaining episodes of Arc Eternal. And the last one's going to be a bit edited, because I had a bit of a ranting moment, because I got quite irritated at some during the middle of it. I got really irritated. So that video is going to be edited, and then the rest of those final boss fights will be added to it. But the last remaining boss fights weren't easy. They really weren't. They weren't so much fun. It almost got to the point where I was ready to risk my best guys in order to win. Like, have them all out. At that point, it didn't matter. The one that I was on, you guys will see in the footage eventually, sent me flying, and I had to start the boss fights over again. Basically, there was one boss fight I had to do 3 times. 3 times. I even had to go back and make more stuff. And the tech base I've been talking about so much, of wanting to build one, I didn't even get to finish it. I didn't have enough resources to actively finish it. So, you guys still got to see, you'll get to see what I built, where I built it. Because I didn't build it in the place that I was thinking of. I did attempt to, but nothing snapped well, nothing fit well. I didn't like the way it looked, so I went and chose a better spot. But being able to properly play Arc Eternal better than the retro version was a lot of fun. I did acquire something at the beginning of the series that I shouldn't have acquired so early, but it turned out alright. this next series I'm doing is a bit different. It's a bit of a learning curve. Every time I decide to play something new, it's a bit of a learning curve because I might have watched people play it, but there's still a lot about it that I don't know. I just know that I need a lot of resources in order to be able to do the stuff that I need to do to make progress. But I'm gonna sit here, try out the other pieces of the cheesecake here, and enjoy the time out here a little bit, and then go in and start recording again. I'd probably take a nap because I'm tired, but yet the work never ends. In order to finally relax, I have to get a lot more work done. I have to go finish things that I've started, which means I'm going to have to get one hell of a head start on another series before I can actively finish the others. So, I want to thank you guys for watching. I'm going to smash this cheesecake. Probably not all of it, but I'm going to smash it. And then, I'll see you guys in the next one, when we do a next Q&A at some point. Peace.